What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Great Lakes Brewing Company, and they're out of Cleveland, Ohio, and this is their Spacewalker Hazy Double IPA. So this is a hazy double IPA that comes in at 8% alcohol by volume, 70 IBUs at the time of review. I don't know exactly how old this can is, but it does have a best by date of October 2nd of 2025. So we're about 3 months away from that date. So according to Great Lakes, we should be more than good to go. So I'm reviewing this one as a shelfie beer for the month of July 2025. And it was between this and their Drum Rally Lemon Shandy. I went with this because shandies are okay. I don't mind them. Certainly in the summertime, and they make sense. However, it's been about 2.5 years since I reviewed a hop-forward beer from Great Lakes. This was relatively fresh. Never had it before, so I'm like, hey, let's give it a go. They do have a spiel here on the side. It says, now playing, take one big sip and enter a hazy hop multiverse of massive proportions. So the hops in this one are Calypso, Mosaic Cryo, Idaho 7, Azacca and Zappa hops. Also, shout out to Short Stack Runs, a viewer of the channel. She mentioned when I did the vlog showing off the beers this month for the shelfie beers that I'm reviewing, she was like, oh, it's been a while since I've had it. I don't remember exactly what she said, but I'm paraphrasing. It was something like, it's been a while since I've had a Belgian IPA. And what she was referencing is the old version of this. It was also called Spacewalker, and they called it an American Belgo beer, which was basically a hybrid of like an American IPA and a Belgian IPA. However, I don't know for sure, but it seems like they rebranded this one as a Hazy Double IPA, kept the Spacewalker name, but changed it to Hazy Double IPA, probably for purposes of business. You know, Hazy Double IPA is going to sell way better than an American and Belgian IPA hybrid. I don't remember having that old Spacewalker. I may have, I just don't remember it. So yeah, anyway, it's a new Hazy Double IPA from Great Lakes, 8%. Hopefully it's delicious. We're going to pour it into the hashtag proper glassware. Also, shout out to Short Stack Runs for always commenting on the videos, watching the videos. She's awesome. And I always follow her on Tap too. She's always pairing food with beer, something I don't do often. So it's always cool to see. Anyway, throw this over here. What do we got? Well, we have a Hazy Double IPA. In person, it looks a little bit more vibrant than you're seeing. Like you see more like an orange. Mine's like a little bit more of like a sunshine orange. Let me see if I get the contrast fast. Yeah, picture something a little bit more like that. See how it has a little bit of that like brightness to it, and I take that away. That's kind of what I'm seeing in person. It is in the, obviously the hashtag proper glassware makes everything look better, of course. And yeah, no hashtag dirty glass mafia. Great Lakes commented on my last review of their beer, which was the Mexican lager with lime, and they love the fact that I said hashtag dirty glass mafia. It's pretty hilarious, but I usually don't have it a lot, but when I do, I gotta call it out. Wash your glasses better, Yosef. Anyway, nose. Anyway, diving into just a hazy orange color, one finger of like an off-white, super creamy looking head. Murky, I'd like to say murked, turbid and murky, murked. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Anyway, nose. It smells awesome. Wow. Now, listen, I love me some Great Lakes. You guys know that. I review a lot of their beers. Classics like Edmund Fitzgerald, for instance, Blackout Stout, even like the Chill Wave Double IPA. A lot of old school Great Lakes offerings. But I'll be honest with you, a lot of their new school stuff released over like the past 5 years, hit or miss for me. Some of it's pretty damn good. Some of it, whatever. This smells awesome. It has this beautiful tropical, like very peachy mango, pineapple, red berry. It also has a little bit of like this dank herbaceousness. This smells, a lot of people will say, and listen, I'm reviewing this as a shelfie beer for July 2025, right? And a lot of people will be like, well, shelfie, grocery store hazies can't compare with like the small batch, crazy hype, the brew hosts and the test and the Fidens and the room branch. And more often than not, they can't because it's on a bigger scale. They're charging a lot lower price. The value's there, but it is what it is. This smells as good as a lot of hazy IPAs that I've had locally, regionally, and even some that I've had sent to me from local small breweries. It smells fucking awesome. It has that, tropical, like kind of like fruit bowl of awesomeness. Pineapple, like I said, pineapple, peach, mango, red berry, an herbaceous dankness. Maybe a little bit of underlying like a zippy kind of like orange zest. it smells fucking really good. It doesn't smell like 8% either. Like the intensity of the nose, sure, it screams double IPA, but the actual aroma, I don't get any alcohol. It smells awesome. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Pretty fucking good, man. This is a upper echelon shelfy hazy double IPA. Like it really is. Body's like higher side of medium, lower side of full, 8%. Kind of in that range you're looking for, or at least I'm looking for. The mouthfeel has a nice approaching moderate carbonation, but it's smooth with a nice hint of a creaminess on the palate. So body and mouthfeel are really nice. The taste, you know how sometimes, and this is the me talking in a generic term for anybody. You don't even have to be a craft beer lover. You come to this review and you're like, whatever, what does that mean? I'm gonna tell you what it means. What I'm about to say is that this beer is not harsh. It has an overall really smooth character to the beer. It glides down the palate easily, and it's a joy to drink. However, it's not like incredibly flavorful, over the top, 75 different fucking flavors. It's not, but it's a smooth, easygoing 8% double IPA. And I'm kind of fired up because this is one of those newer offerings from Great Lakes that I actually enjoy quite a bit. Forefront's a lot of pithy, zippy, zesty, but somewhat juicy citrus qualities. Orange and tangerine, dare I say tangelo, more in that realm, more of like an orange tangerine kind of vibe. As it passes through a little bit of peach, a touch of like an apricot and a mango, followed up by a pineapple and then like a nondescript red berry. You could say strawberry, raspberry, whatever. I wouldn't argue. And then the finish is this slightly dank, herbaceous, like green quality that doesn't, it's not like hot burn like you get like a, you know, super, like a Fighton's beer that's like 2 days old and you drink it and sometimes it can have hot burn. Or maybe it doesn't, but let's say it did. It doesn't, my throat's not on fire, but it has like that vegetal, like green hot matter kind of feel. This feels very fresh. I don't know what they give as far as like their IPAs in terms of Best Buy. If they give it 4 months, this is about a month old, and that's really where I put it. If this is somehow, if they give it like 5 or 6 months and this is 2 or 3 months old, that is fucking impressive. But I think this is more in like the month realm. If Great Lakes, you watch my video at some point, whether it's shortly after I post this or 3 months from after that, let me know because I'd be curious. But I think they probably give us like a 4-month Best Buy date because it is a hazy double IPA. And if so, it does taste super fresh. It tastes about a month old. 8%, you really can't tell. I know this is like probably at least 7% because of the intensity of the flavors, the body, the mouthfeel, everything. So if you told me, hey, if I did this blind, I said 7, and you told me it was 8, I'd be like, all right. You know, a lot of times these breweries can hide the ABV. And I think they have here. Yeah, this is fucking really good. And you'll always get honest reviews here. I don't know why I say that all the time. Like, if you watch the channel, you know I'm always honest with my reviews. But maybe if you watch me for the first time, you're like, this guy's bullshitting, or he likes everything, or whatever. I'm generally a positive person when it comes, especially to reviewing beer. I feel like beer is definitely subjective. Whether or not you like a beer is in the eye of the beholder, aka the person who's drinking it, what you like style-wise, what you like ABV-wise, so on and so forth, ingredients. So I always try to be positive. Even if I don't like a beer, I'm like, hey, maybe you will. Or if I love a beer, maybe you don't, right? This is really tasty for a shelfie. And I'm surprised. Why? Because I haven't had like a great shelfie hazy from Great Lakes that I thought was all that good. Most of them are pretty solid. I'm just calling a spade a spade. I like more of their darker beers and things of that nature. But yeah, I'm going to give this a good rating. I like it. It's probably going to be higher than most people, probably higher than Untapped ratings. Spacewalker, Hazy Double IPA, Great Lakes. Low 4.25, we go 4.2. Really fucking good. For a beer that you can buy for just over $2 a can, it's 8%. It's available in grocery stores and whatnot. Yeah, like you can't go wrong with this one in my opinion. So 4.2 out of 5. Really good. Price point availability, $12.99 6-pack here in the Buffalo, New York area. Might be a little bit cheaper or more expensive where you are. I would say if you can get this for $2.50 or less a can, like it's a great beer for what it is. Don't go into it thinking it's going to rival your local craft brewery that charges $20 a 4-pack, because it probably won't. However, its value it has big value. At $2 to $2.50 a can, it's a little bit different than what you're paying $5 a can. I know it's a 16 fluid ounce can, but you know what I'm saying. So I think value-wise, it's there. And then availability is Great Lakes. They have a beer finder. They might be in your neck of the woods. They might not. This beer might show up. It might not. At the end of the day, distribution's weird. Shout out to Chaz, viewer of the channel. We always talk about it. It is weird. But if you do see this one, and I think this is maybe like one of their, probably like their June or July seasonals, probably June seasonal, I would imagine. Check it out. If you like Hazy Double IPAs, check it out. And I am disappointed that they got rid of the American and Belgian IPA hybrid, but this kind of makes up for it, and they did a great job. Let me take one more sip, just make sure that I'm not fucking up with my score, and I enjoy it. Man, it has such a juicy, kind of zippy, zesty citrus kind of feeling right as you taste it in like the first half of the palate, and I really dig that. And I love that there's a complexity here, but it's not like over the top complex. Really good job to Great Lakes. They did a great, fantastic job with this one. So if you've had this one before, but not the old American Belgo version, this one, post in the comment section, let me know what you thought about it. I don't know if this is something they released for the first time this year or maybe last year before. First time that I've picked it up and drank it, and I'm glad I did. So I'm going to shut this one down. Like I said, 8%, a little bit of like warming in my chest, not much, and it's just, yeah, it's great. I'm going to shut this one down. Appreciate it. To the next one. Cheers. Not cheers. I don't even know if I mentioned like the dryness. This has a firm dryness, mild to moderate bitterness, and it is balanced to some degree. A little bit, maybe leans a little bit sweeter and juicier, but it's balanced enough to kind of, it's not cloying. I could drink a couple cans of this, so just want to say it. So I took back the cheers, but I'm going to put it back out there and then do a double cheers. Double cheers.